The federal government is pushing Ontario to develop ways to better protect a struggling at-risk species. Boreal caribou populations have been declining. Regional leaders are meeting in Thunder Bay this week to discuss possible changes, but some are concerned about economic impacts that may come with additional protection. Vasilios Bellos explains.
Ontario has been directed to take additional steps to protect an at-risk species and symbol of our nation.
Population is about 5,000 and they want to make sure that that's there and continues to grow.
Boreal caribou were declared a threatened species 20 years ago, with the federal government now asking the province to establish a plan to protect them. That was the focus of a gathering of regional leaders at the Da Vinci Centre, organized by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry. The media wasn't allowed to shoot any video of the meeting. Marathon Mayor Rick Dumas was in attendance and believes they need to find a middle ground, fearing how certain protections could affect the northern economy by limiting mining and forestry projects.
The reality is we also have to protect the species at risk, which is us, the humans that live on the landscape. And hopefully it all works out at the end of the day. We protect the caribou, we protect the people that work in the north, and we also bring a plan back to the federal government to say, here's what we believe how we can protect the species at risk.
The federal strategy requires the provincial plan to explain how certain areas can have a minimum of 65% of undisturbed habitat for caribou. Others in attendance questioned how caribou preservation could affect other species in the region.
Moose, we see have been kind of identified as a bit of a scapegoat species.
The Northwestern Ontario Sportsman Alliance's John Kaplanis talked about the importance of preserving caribou, but was fearful expanding protections could have unintended consequences on the moose population.
In the continuous zone for caribou, moose are kept at low numbers. So we don't really want to see additional pressures placed upon moose necessarily. So we're cautiously watching that.
Ontario has been given until April of next year to show its approach to protecting caribou matches that of the federal government. TBT News did reach out to the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry for a comment on caribou preservation, but they were unable to provide one by our news hour. Vasilios Bellos, TBT News.